My name is Rachel. I'm 24. I live in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm starting a YouTube channel, even though that terrifies me. I had an old job where I had to go to court regularly. I worked as a CNA in a hospital during COVID, and I can't film myself in public without my voice shaking. Unfortunately, my body and my heart do not know the difference between frontline fighting in a war and recording myself in a public place. I'm about to walk by my old apartment. I used to live in a really, really cute studio in downtown. It was the cutest little neighborhood. It was right next to a hospital and right next to a library. So people were constantly getting arrested on my front steps. But I still miss it a lot. It was a little bit too small, which is why we had to move, but it was really cute. Over the last few years, I've developed like the worst anxiety I think a person could possibly have, which is weird because I've always been really good at public speaking and very outgoing. I think whenever COVID happened and I stayed in my house for a year, I kind of forgot how to talk to people or exist. This year, I've made it one of my goals to start not caring what people think, which is something that's really hard for me. So I'm doing exposure therapy today. I'm filming in public and taking you along with me. This is one of the first days off I've had to myself in 4 months. So I'm really excited. I've gotten coffee already and built the courage up to do this. Right now I'm currently pursuing my undergrad degree in chemistry, which is really exciting because chemistry is something that I have always really struggled with. I never have considered myself good at science or math. So the fact that I'm actually pursuing a 4-year degree in something I'm not good at is really scary and really difficult, but very rewarding. I've also found a love for a subject that I never would have imagined that I could be interested in. I think that chemistry is like really one of the coolest subjects out there. I'm also really, really interested in anthropology. That used to be my major. My major was forensic anthropology. That has moved to my minor. I think it's really interesting. I think it's really cool, but I think for the long-term goals that I have, chemistry suits me way better. I want to go to medical school. The goal right now is to either be a forensic pathologist or an emergency medicine doctor. Obviously, I have to complete my 4-year bachelor's degree. After that, I have to be accepted to a medical school. That's another 4 years. And then after that, there's a 3 to 4 year residency program before I can actually start seeing patients or become officially licensed just as myself, not working under anyone. So that's the goal. Being pre-med is a really, really, really stressful, difficult thing. Not only do you have to finish your bachelor's degree, but there are specific class requirements that you have to take. You have to take 2 semesters of physics, 2 semesters of chemistry with lab, biology with lab, physics with lab, 1 semester of biochemistry, and then there's other additional requirements that vary by school. But that's like a whole year in and of itself just for pre-med requirements. I think they're basically just weed out classes to make sure that you're smart enough to actually do it and learn to study. And I now that I'm in it, I can see a little bit how it's going to help me with medical school and becoming a doctor, like chemistry and prescribing medications. But yes, it's very difficult. You also have to have community service, clinical hours, shadowing physicians. Research has become a really big thing, which is really difficult because research as an undergraduate is something that research positions as an undergraduate is something that's not only really difficult to get in the first place, but it's also really intimidating. And it's something that not everybody has an interest in, but it's something that medical schools are exceedingly starting to require. I don't believe that I'll be doing any research, but I am doing a program this summer called AmeriCorps. It's 300 hours of community service. I'm going to be working on a farm to help bridge the disparity in Appalachian food insecurity. Appalachia is something I'm really passionate about. Whenever I was in high school, I did a program called Y-Corps, and we went through Appalachian Kentucky and just learning about the culture and history and disadvantages that that region faces has something I've always been really, really, really partial towards. My family lives in West Virginia, works in coal mines. So that's an issue that's really near and dear to my heart. So I'm really excited to be doing that this summer. Of course, community service hours are great for medical school, but also this is just a cause I genuinely really care about. I'm also excited to learn about plants and farming. I'm going to be working on an urban farm, which I think is really, really cool. It's also very close to my house. I can literally bike from there, which is pretty cool too. I've been trying to be a lot more active. There's been like 200 people that have walked by, and I haven't even stopped filming, so I'm very proud of myself. I think Columbus is a really overhated city. Like, people love to hate on Ohio and Columbus, but I genuinely don't understand it. We have one of the most active queer scenes, art scenes. We have one of the only lesbian bars in the entire country. Um, I will say that, like, it's such a big city that sometimes it can be really isolating almost. Like, there's something isolating about living in a small town, obviously. But I wouldn't say socially because everybody knows each other. But living in Columbus, like when I first moved here, especially, was really difficult for me. It was really hard to make friends. It was really hard to learn the city. But now that I've been here for going on 3 years, which this is the longest I've ever lived somewhere in my adult life, and I have no intentions of moving anytime soon, I feel like I've found a really great community of friends, a really great community of places, I would say, like bars that I love, third spaces like coffee shops, libraries, that kind of thing. But there's always something new to do. There's always something new to explore. Recently, I've started going to comedy shows, which is really random, but we have, like I said, a really good art scene. And in that is included comedy. Like, we have several comedy bars. We have more intimate ones. We have larger ones where bigger name comedians come. That's something really random I didn't intend to talk about, but I'm just kind of yapping. But this is one of my first days off that I've had in 4 months. I'm a full time college student. I am taking the summer off, which I'm grateful for. I was planning on taking summer classes, but now that I'm doing AmeriCorps, I'm not really going to have the time for that, unfortunately, which is a good and bad thing. I'd like to lessen my load for the rest of the years that I have with coursework and get some more done. But at the same time, I can feel myself burning out. These last 2 semesters, I worked a total of 5 jobs at one time. 5 jobs at one time while being a full time student, taking classes like chemistry, human anatomy, like all kinds of difficult subjects, which was a nightmare to say the absolute least. I did not perform academically as good as I would like to. Still not bad, but I know I could have done way better. I am the secretary of the undergraduate anthropology club, which is something I never would have imagined also because I am an older student. I'm 24, and the thought of joining clubs was such a terrifying thing to me. And looking back, that was so silly, but like I would hyperventilate and like have anxiety attacks thinking about going to club meetings. And now I'm the undergraduate anthropology club secretary, which is so cool. My biggest reasons I'm starting a YouTube channel are to document my early 20s and just my life in general. I think that's such a beautiful thing that we have media, like long form content that we can put on the internet and save forever. Like, having the tools at our fingertips to just record our lives and our thoughts and our feelings from our youth is so cool. And I definitely want to do that. And it's something I've thought about for a long time. The second reason I'm starting a YouTube channel is to do things that scare me. But yeah, I've been rambling long enough. I'm really excited to be making this YouTube channel and I expect more content soon. I don't know exactly what type of videos I'm going to be posting. Probably like spend a day with me or spend a week with me. Probably some more like artistic stuff too. Maybe like reading, talking, or talking about reading, book reviews, things like that.